In today's episode, we're going to show you some of our most recent projects we made with just a vinyl cutter and why investing in one may be a good idea. So let's get started. And today we're going to use our Graphic CE6060, but you can also use a Cameo cutter, a Titan, even a Cricut cutter, hopefully something bigger than this. And the type of vinyl we're going to use is the Oracle 651, and the type of transfer we're going to use is the Art Tape Clear Choice AT75.1, same as the AT75. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting the Oracle 651 vinyl. I'm going to load it to our vinyl cutter. Always make sure you align it. We have shown this so many times. We use the alignments here on our vinyl cutter. Just make sure that you pull quite a bit to the front. It shouldn't move that much, like from here to here has to be about the same distance. And the cool thing about today's project, even if you had, let's say, a Cameo 4 Pro and you're not very familiar with using Silhouette Studio, you could easily make something like today. It's basically letters, numbers, very simple. I mean, not every single project is going to be the same, but some of them are going to be as easy as today's. And to make our magnets, we're going to use the Magnum magnetic material, and they are the 0.76 millimeters, I believe. I'm going to make sure to leave all the right information on the screen, but we have two different kinds. We have the plain ones, and this is exactly what we're going to use. Basically, we're just going to add the background, which is going to be black, and also we have the white available. Usually with the white ones, we just add the letters or whatever we want to add on it, the logos, things like that. We don't have to worry about adding any background for this type. And for our yard signs, we're going to use the 24 by 18. They are the short fluid corrugated yard signs, and we're going to do 3, and we're going to have 2-sided. And I also want to talk about this solution here. This is rapid tag, but you can also use action tag, or you can also make a homemade solution, which basically in a bottle, like I would say like 90% water, 10% rubbing alcohol, and just a couple of drops of dish soap, and that'll do the trick. It'll work just as fine as the rapid tag. And our vinyl is ready. And as usual, we always add the weeding boxes to make it easier for weeding out. I also want to mention like some of the other tools that you will need, like the squeegees, a weeder, scissors, and tape, and all kinds of different tools, even the application rollers. We got so many tools that we use, so I always recommend that you guys check out our videos, and of course, make sure that you guys give us a like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. And now I'm going to start weeding out. I'm going to do the numbers from here, and this makes it easier when you add those weeding boxes. Usually we have plenty of people working on each project, but we decided to let Nacho take the day off today. No, I'm just kidding. He's not feeling good today, so guys, send good vibes to Nacho so he feels a lot better. It's just the weather, you know, the weather up here in Indiana is really unpredictable. Sometimes in the morning it's cold, and then in the afternoon gets really hot. And one thing about the design for today, like Luis used very friendly font, especially when weeding out. And also, not just when weeding out, but also like to read it from far away. You want people to be able to see it and make it easy for them to read whatever's on the sign. Honestly, in my opinion, it has a lot of letters, but sometimes you cannot help it, you know, like even if you tell the customer, you can always recommend to do certain things to the sign, but in the end, he's gonna pay for it. So you gotta basically do what he wants. And I'm pretty sure that Luis recommended to keep it a little bit cleaner with not as much information. We're finished with the first section. We still got this plus another one, but I also wanna talk about today's project. We could easily have outsourced our yard signs, the whole project actually. But here's one of the good things about owning a vinyl cutter. Like this customer in particular, we made some t-shirts, and then later on he decided to add some yard signs and magnets. He kind of needed them fast, and since we're not really that busy, we told them we could have them ready in a few days. And that is one of the best things about having a vinyl cutter, that you can make t-shirts, you can make yard signs, car magnets, car stickers, wall decals, all kinds of different products that you can make with just a vinyl cutter. And it doesn't have to be the graphic. You can also use a Cameo 4, you can use a Cricut, Titan, almost any kind of vinyl cutter will do. It's basically the same as for the yard signs, except the size and of course the color, but all the same information, just in a different size. As I was saying earlier, you can easily make this with a Cameo without even knowing much about the software, because it's basically all just letters and numbers, which makes it really nice. Now we're gonna apply our transfer. Luckily, we got plenty of help, but if you guys do not have extra family just sitting around doing nothing, you can always get the application rollers. Makes it easier if you need some additional help. You know, you can use this tool to apply your transfer on your decals. And also, if you have a Cameo 4, you can use it to cut the vinyl. Makes it a lot easier to align it, especially for longer projects. And this is the way we're gonna apply this. Usually this way we get less wrinkles. Now it's time to cut the magnet, and we have to measure it. 14. Basically, we're gonna use a box cutter, cutting mat, and yeah, all the different tools. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger, like 14.5, because we're gonna trim, after we add the background, we're gonna trim the extra material. We gotta replace the blade, so worn out. We have used it for so long. And now this is extra. We can save it or do whatever we wanna do with it. We're gonna use the Oracle 651, basically the same vinyl that we use for every sign. We're gonna get an idea of where to cut it from. We hadn't done this in a bit, like the process that we are doing right now. I know it's a lot of work, honestly, guys, but if you do this for a living and you're not that busy, you know, it's always good to have that option. We're gonna clean the back just to make sure that, to get rid of all the dust. And I'm also gonna make sure that we apply it on the right side. This is how we make sure, yep, that's the one. So I'm gonna spray a little bit of Rapid Tag just to get rid of all the dirt. This is not the only way of how you can add the background. You can do dry application. Although we like the way it looks when we do a wet application, we get better results, and it's a lot safer too. We're just gonna cover it with Rapid Tag. And look, it doesn't have any bubbles because we use the Rapid Tag. We're ready to start working on our yard signs. And let me show you, Luis is centering the logo. Really simple design, as I was saying in the intro, only one color. And this is the way we're gonna do it. We use little pieces of tape to hold the decal in place. And now it's time to do half of it. We're gonna get rid of half of the backing paper, and we're gonna use the cutting knife. Yeah, that tool. He almost forgot to show it. I guess he doesn't want to make money. And this method works better if you guys want to avoid any bubbles. Like this is the method that works the best for us. Like going a little faster, not too slow. Now we can do the top section of this.
Ain't got no nails. Keep eating mine.
And we're doing a dry application. Now it's time to remove the transfer, and I'm gonna help him because we gotta get moving because we have to make quite a few signs. We still gotta make the magnets. Oops. Oops. See what I just did? I spoke too soon. We may have to replace this because I pulled too hard and the Y
I
is.
think we're gonna have to do that. That's fine.
Oh well.
Guess we get to work more thanks to Saul.
Yeah, I spoke too soon. I was gonna say I haven't messed up yet. I just want to make sure that you guys see everything that goes on because not everything's perfect. We're gonna repeat the same step. Well, not all the steps. We're gonna keep doing a dry application. I love the way the black magnets look, especially if the letters are white. They stand out, like you can see them from far away. I'm gonna do a little bit more squishy this side. All right, don't worry, I'm gonna go slowly this time. I'm gonna let Luis handle that. That way if he messes up, it'll be his fault.
I like the challenge. That's how you get better.
We're about to show you a trick that we use. First, you gotta remove the letter. And for that, we're gonna use some rapid tag. Something like that. Of course, you gotta wait a little bit for it to dry, but basically this is what we do. And as you can see, he's only applying pressure on the letter, not the little puzzle thingy. He's gonna try to remove the transfer and see if our letter stays. And perfect.
Easy.
You saved us a little bit of time aligning and making sure that the letter is where it's supposed to be. These are the materials we use to make our custom shirts. Our customer brought his own t-shirts and this is the brand that he used. Whenever we provide the shirts, this is our favorite brand, Gildan Dry Blend, but we also use jerseys and it is the same material, 50 cotton, 50 polyester. And the type of HTV vinyl we used was Caesar Easy Weed. For our heat press, we use our 16 by 20 Hottronics heat press, and these are the settings to apply our vinyl. And there you guys have it. These are the products that we made with just a vinyl cutter. Car magnets, yard signs, t-shirts, but you can make a lot more. Remember that you can get your materials through our website, and that is www.rdidecals.com. Make sure that you guys give us a like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. And now the question is it worth it investing in a vinyl cutter? And the answer is yes, it is totally worth it. Thank you so much and see you until the next one.